for a reason.
That's right.
I'll just introduce a point here, matter of fact. When Jim Watt came into a hotel with me in Miami, it wasn't when Aguero fought. Aguero was then doing some commentary, and he didn't know Aguero was there, and I whispered to Aguero, go over to Jim Watt and just tap him on the shoulder. And Jim hadn't seen him since he fought. And he got behind him and put his arms around him, and Jim, quick as a flash, as he always is, he says, that's the closest I've been to you for 15 rounds.
Lovely. But now we're talking...
It's lovely to see these old gladiators talking about each other.
If I may throw another name into the ring, another great Latino fighter, Julio Cesar Chavez.
Quite, now we're right up to the modern era.
I mean,
terrific little fella.
I mean, he is wonderful. I think I saw him at his very best. He fought Edwin Rosario.
In Miami again?
No, it was in Las Vegas. And in fact,
Miami, I think.
Tyson, he only fought him once, I think.
No,
anyway,
right.
Tyson,
doesn't matter.
Tyson was in the same camp as Rosario and carried Rosario's bucket, and he was world heavyweight champion at the time. He just won the title.
Do I remember rightly, Colin, that you wrote a piece about one of Chavez's finest performances in the middle of his career, and described him as surely the most destructive body puncher in history?
Well,
is that right?
Certainly one of the most destructive body punchers I'd seen.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say in history, because I didn't see, you know, I'm a young fella.
And you can't judge from films, really, can
That's
you?
right. But what I do remember about that, and Rosario was a magnificent fighter, but Chavez, you know, there's a fighter called Young Striblin. I reckon he could stand on a handkerchief and box and not get hit. And Chavez stood on a handkerchief. He never moved off a square and belted the daylights out of Rosario.
His balance was incredible.
You know, tremendous body shots.
Before we go on too far ahead, what about Wilfredo Benitez, and what about Wilfredo Gomez, super bantamweight and the light welterweight? Benitez won the world light welterweight title at 17 years old against the great Antonio Cervantes.
He was one of the most natural boxers you could ever see. Nobody ever taught him, I wouldn't have thought.
They called him the radar because you couldn't hit him with a handful of stones. He moved his head so well.
Unbelievable boxer. He knocked out Morris Hope, didn't
yes,
he?
but he had, you know, I wouldn't put him amongst the all-time greats. Very, very good fighter, and as you say, he was 17, but not only was he 17, he was at high school. He was a schoolboy.
What about my great rival that I never got a chance to meet, Azuma Nelson? Nelson was a great fighter, featherweight.
And still world champion.
And still world
Probably
champion.
the best African at any weight, I think. You know, Dick Tiger was a good fighter. There were several others, but Azuma Nelson's the best I've seen out of Africa.
So. He incredible fighter.
Yeah.
Well, you saw Tiger and Hogan Bassi?
Oh yeah, I saw his in Los Angeles when he won the championship, Hogan. Oh no, he's a better fighter than Hogan Bassi.
No, I believe he is. I mean, there again, another featherweight. I mean, you put him in with Willie Pett and these guys.
Wouldn't they be great matches?
Pity
we can't make them now.
And the great Salvador Sanchez, who died tragically.
Well, we never know, will we?
Fighter,
And yet Pat Caldwell went 15 rounds with him.
As a substitute.
Yes, in Houston, when I was there that night
great
too.
fight.
Well, styles make fights.
We are beginning to draw to a conclusion, so why don't we ask Reg first to put us his final list and make a decision?
Yeah, an actual list or just
the ones that...
Well, I would go for Sugar Ray Robinson, definitely, Muhammad Ali #2, and probably Joe Louis #3.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Barry.
Well, I'll go... It's a very tough one. Sugar Ray Robinson, the greatest all-rounder of all time. From a personal point of view, Roberto Duran, the greatest fighter I've ever seen. Henry Armstrong, very close second to him, and Muhammad Ali.
So Ali gets into the top 3 for both of you, but Colin, you have a casting vote, it seems, between either Robinson or Duran.
Well, I didn't see Robinson, but I've spoken to a lot of people who did. Including
you saw
Reggie
him with
here.
Terry Downs, admittedly finished,
Well,
but you saw him.
I didn't see Sugar Ray Robinson, but I'll go on people like Eddie Futch, who saw him from start to finish. And on his record, and what I've seen of him on film and what I've heard about him, I make him my #1 greatest all-round fighter. In second place, I'd have to put Muhammad Ali. And in third place, because I saw him throughout his career, from beginning to end, I think Sugar Ray Leonard would have been my third choice.
That is a formidable threesome. One final thought then, for you, Reg, first, which fighter has had the most influence on the sport, in and out of the ring?
Oh, no question about that.
Well, I would have thought Ali, yeah. When I know it was Ali. I mean, he transcended sport, didn't he?
Somebody,
without doubt,
somebody once said that he was more notorious than God in his time. That's the truth.
Well, most recognisable
face
face in the world.
Yeah.
That's definitely.
And that was true. Now, for those of us who were lucky enough to be in Zaire when he fought Foreman, he was staying at a place called Nsele, which was 30 miles from the capital, Kinshasa. And every other day, he would go on a bus trip from Nsele to Kinshasa. And I don't know how they knew, but they came out the jungle, literally out the jungle, with bundles on their head, line the road, just to watch his bus pass and catch a glimpse of him. I don't think those people would have done that for anybody else on earth, and I'm talking about the Queen,
Ali Bomaye, you remember that?
Yeah, President of the United States or anyone else, but they were there for him.
Fantastic stuff. And just one closing thought, having seen a century of development of this sport, Barry, with modern sports science, is it possible to think that we'll get somebody in the next century, pound for pound, better than what we've had already?
I don't know. I don't think, with the way the sport's going and the proliferation of titles, that we'll always have people claiming to be better than the others, but having some unrecognised or having one unified champion better than Sugar Ray Robinson, I don't think he'll ever get that again. I think he will go down, when we're all dead and gone, as the greatest fighter ever, probably.
Well, it's possible. My father used to tell me about his heroes when he was young, footballers like Alec James, and there'll never be another Alec James, or there'll never be another Stanley Matthews, and then a George Best arrives on the scene, and then a Maradona arrives, and Pele. There's always somebody who can be compared with the old-time greats.
And Reg?
No, I think I agree with Barry there, which isn't normal for me, actually. No, I think the game may be in a lot of trouble surviving over the next 50 years or so, I really do. But no, you won't produce another Sugar Ray Robinson, and not an Ali, I'm sorry. You might try and take his antics off in the ring, but the whole thing and experience of him and the way he was now as a person.
All right. Thank you very much to Colin Hart and to Reg Guttridge, and of course to Barry McGuigan. I hope very much we've stimulated some conversation for you as well. The finest pound for pound in our judgment, Ray Robinson, but it was a very close run thing. From us for now, bye-bye.